This is KBOI 2 News Midday. Watching out for you.
Well, good morning. Thank you for watching KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore, and let's go right to your top 11 stories at 11. Police have arrested 2 Nampa men for the murder of Jeffrey Dyer. His body was discovered in his car in an Ontario parking lot. This was last month, you might recall. 21-year-old Angelo Cervantes and 21-year-old Raul Edgar Herrera are in custody. They are charged with several felonies, including first-degree murder and kidnapping. And we now know the identity of the airman who was shot in a Mountain Home laundromat last month. The Elmore County prosecutor says he is Michael John Ambo. This is a look at his Facebook page. Police say Ambo did not know the man who shot him.
Michael John Ambo was released from the hospital. He still has follow-up doctor's appointment, so we don't yet know the extent of any permanency with respect to any injuries he sustained.
Lawan Lee is the man police say shot Ambo. He's charged with first-degree attempted murder. The Idaho State Supreme Court has ruled police now need a warrant to draw blood on DUI stops. ISP, as well as officers in Boise, Meridian, and Nampa say they've already been requesting warrants for more than a year. So this ruling should not affect their cases. If a suspect refuses the blood test, their driver's license can be suspended. Dozens of protesters were arrested last night in New York City after a grand jury decided not to indict a police officer who put a suspect in a chokehold. The unarmed black suspect, Eric Garner, died right afterwards. We will have much more on this story coming up in just a few moments. And NASA had to scrub the first ever launch of its new Orion spacecraft this morning. Wind gust and an equipment alarm caused the space agency to hold off. NASA says it will try again tomorrow morning. If all goes according to plan, the rocket's test flight will last just 4.5 hours and cover 3,600 miles. Neighbors along Mountain View Drive in West Boise have had enough of this construction project. Workers are replacing sidewalks, also making improvements to irrigation and drainage systems. The project was supposed to be done last summer, but there's still plenty of dirt, dust, and mud. We will have much more on this story in a few moments. In Oklahoma, check this out. Gas prices are beating the already low national average, just $1.99 at this particular gas station. Unbelievable. And while prices are low elsewhere in Oklahoma, they're just 5th actually nationwide by average according to AAA's fuel gauge report. Missouri has the lowest average, followed by Mississippi, South Carolina, and Texas. The Idaho Department of Correction now has a new director. Kevin Kemp has worked within IDOC for 19 years. He's had a number of jobs, most recently as deputy director. Kemp will oversee the state's 9 prisons and manage the budget. Along I-84 at the Meridian Road exit, crews will soon be installing a work of art. The problem, the art cost taxpayers $55,000. Some folks KBOI 2 News caught up with say they like art generally. Just seems like a lot of money for a bridge. KBOI 2 News' Morgan Wagner spoke to the city's planning manager about the high cost.
What would you say to those taxpayers who say, this isn't the best use of our funds?
Well, this element was something that we actually had taxpayers involved with. Obviously, we can't poll everybody to get their opinion on this, but we did have stakeholders that were involved, taxpayers, business owners.
Hood says they're working with the contractor to try and keep the cost down. The U.S. Post Office is doing its part to help you get your packages to family and friends on time this Christmas. The Postal Service will deliver packages 7 days a week to certain Idaho cities through Christmas. That includes Boise, Caldwell, Meridian, Nampa, along with the other cities you see listed right there on your screen. The Postal Service says it is predicting a 12% increase in packages this year. Last night, Meridian neighbors got a chance to learn more about a new development project. YMCA leaders asked for the public to feedback on a new facility. The project will also include an elementary school and a new city park sitting on 22 acres in the southern part of Meridian. That is the Eagle-Amity intersection area. People who attended the town hall say it's welcome news.
I'm really excited about a pool. Having a competitive, a place to really train swimming laps is on the south side of the freeway would be wonderful.
Planning for that project still in the very early stages. Generous donations of money and land have helped to get that project off the ground.